Matteo Guendouzi followed Torreira through the doors at the Emirates, with the 19-year-old joining from Lorient, but the prospect of any significant further outlays are slim, with the summer budget having been spent. But Unai Emery could still sell some players to raise funds, should he wish to bring anyone else in, with the squad still appearing short of an attacker who would provide the team with some genuine width. And there are some players within the dressing room at the Emirates whose futures remain far from clear. We take a look at some of the players who could be moved on to generate cash, should Arsenal decide to do so. Shkodran Mustafi, the German centre-back, has yet to convince anyone that he is the type of centre-back who can provide the quality to turn Arsenal into title contenders. His 2 years at the Emirates have been littered with inconsistency. On his day he can be excellent, but rash errors of judgment and costly mistakes have been far too regular during the past couple of seasons from the former Valencia man. Arsenal defender Shkodran Mustafi. Socrates has been brought in this summer to improve the back four, and Laurent Koscielny is expected to return at some point around December from his Achilles injury. Callum Chambers has just been handed a new deal, with Emery stating the young English defender is firmly in his plans, while Rob Holding is also highly rated at the club, and Konstantinos Mavropanos showed towards the end of last season how much potential he possesses. So should Arsenal receive a firm offer for Mustafi, with Juventus said to be interested, it could be that they look to do business. Potential transfer fee, £20 million. Aaron Ramsey. Arsenal want to keep Ramsey, but they are once again facing up to a very difficult decision with one of their star players. The Wales international now has under a year left on his deal, and whether he puts pen to paper is far from clear. So far negotiations have not proved successful, although Arsenal are more confident now than they were at the end of last that he will put pen to and extend his stay. Ramsey's situation is being monitored by top clubs across Europe, and should a big offer come in before the end of the window, Arsenal will have to decide whether to accept it or risk him leaving for free in 2019. Arsenal would be looking for a fee of up to £50 million should they decide to cash in. Potential transfer fee, £50 million. David Ospina. The Colombia international was expected to leave last summer, but Arsene Wenger convinced him to stay for another season. David Ospina in the Arsenal changing room. But Ospina is desperate to play more regular football and looks certain to leave this summer following the addition of Bernd Leno. Petr Cech has already said that he is staying, having turned down Napoli's advances, and Arsenal rate Emiliano Martinez, who has spent the season on loan at Getafe, very highly. So should the right offer come in for Ospina in the summer, Arsenal will not stand in his way. Potential transfer fee, £5 million. Danny Welbeck. Arsene Wenger stated several times that he wanted to keep Welbeck before he announced that he was standing down as manager. The former Manchester United man was an important part of the squad last season and does offer versatility, given he can play as the central striker or out wide. He showed in the latter stages of the Europa League how useful he can be, but the only reason he played so much in the Europa League was due to Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang being ineligible to feature. Like Ramsey, Welbeck is now into the final year of his deal, and unless he agrees to extend that stay, then Arsenal would be open to letting him leave. Potential transfer fee, £10 million. Lucas Perez. The Spanish forward seemed to have no future at the Emirates, but the arrival of Unai Emery could have changed that. Perez arrived for £18 million 2 years ago, but barely featured during his first campaign in North London before he returned to Deportivo on loan. He played at Boreham Wood on Saturday, however, and looks set to travel with the squad to Singapore, and a strong couple of performances while on tour could see him force his way into Emery's plans. Henrik Mkhitaryan celebrates scoring a goal with Lucas Perez at Boreham Wood. Image, David Price, Arsenal FC via Getty Images. Arsenal are unsure what to do with Perez as it stands. The issue is he has 2 years left on his contract, and he will not get the wages he is getting in North London anywhere else, so understandably won't be in any rush to leave, especially at 29 years old. Arsenal could decide to offload him at a cut price to try and tempt other clubs to take on his wages. Whether they manage that is doubtful, however. Another loan looks the most likely option. Potential transfer fee, £10 million or loan. Chuba Akpom, the young striker, is expected to finally leave the club this summer as he enters the final year of his deal. With Eddie Nketiah's emergence during the past 12 months, Akpom has fallen even further down the pecking order at Arsenal. He enjoyed a successful loan spell in Belgium with Sint-Truidense during the second half of last season, and it could be that they look to turn that into a permanent move before the start of next season. Potential transfer fee, £3 million. Carl Jenkinson, the right-back, had a miserable time of things on loan at Birmingham last season. He lasted just 32 minutes of his debut against Reading before dislocating his shoulder and only returned to action at the end of January. The defender featured just 9 times while with the Blues and never ended up on the winning side. Carl Jenkinson, photo by David Price, Arsenal FC via Getty Images. Jenkinson, a lifelong Arsenal fan, has no future at the club and rejected the opportunity to join Crystal Palace last season. Arsenal could have got around £7 million for him then, but they will not be able to fetch that sort of money this time around, even though he still has 2 years left of his current deal. Potential transfer fee, £3 million. Keep up to date with the latest news, features and exclusives from Football London via the free Football London app for iPhone and Android. Available to download from the App Store and Google Play.